Bush on the beat.
Right, 11 August 2025, and today is a national holiday in Zimbabwe, and I know that most of you are sitting at home, so that is good. At least you get to take a break. So today I want to take you through all the training stories, and we're obviously going to start with the big interview done by Mnangagwa yesterday. I was very happy to see the interview done by ZPC. So what came out of the interview is clear. Mnangagwa admitted that he's got Zambian citizenship, and he explained how he got that Zambian citizenship. So you can see the ZPC journalist there, Josephine Mugio. If you see here at Mnangagwa's house or state house, there is a big announcement that will be made. So last time she was there, that's when they announced that they're going to remove some people or reshuffle the cabinet. So we saw the cabinet reshuffle soon after. So yesterday's interview was basically about Mnangagwa explaining how he got that Zambian citizenship that he's got, which was or has been a rumor of many speculations across Zimbabwe. So it's confirmed that Mnangagwa does have Zambian citizenship, and he said it himself. So let me explain to you how it happened. So I'll play the small clip of how he said it happened.
Bambo hangawalishe. Saka akangane ngombe dzake shanu. Ndizika. Kwa ibudu ngombe mazwawo. Ndugu ngombe mbili kasara mithatu.
Alright.
Sekuru bamba ngalishe. Saka bambo wangu wachimira bambo wako ngalishe. Wakati kumuna kasara ngombe natu angani masei. Ndozona. Ndobu bafurana. Ndobu bisafiri mchiti. Kusidzokera kutamudza mavhiri matatu kwa watu nasa ngombe natu.
Okay. Bambo wangu vanga varishe. My father's father was a chief, and there was a new law that a person cannot have more than 3 cattle. And the district commissioner came to our village and took away 2 cows from a man who had 5 cows, and he was left with 3. So my grandfather and the other men agreed to show or teach the commissioner a lesson, and he removed 1 tire from his car and ran away with it and said, we want to see how we are going to drive back home with 3 tires. So that is how Mnangagwa's grandfather was then chased from his village, and he ended up in Zambia. And from 1954, if I'm not mistaken, it was 1954, Mnangagwa then became a resident and a citizen of Zambia. So if you want to know how it happened, there the man has told you himself how he got the Zambian citizenship. Indeed, Mnangagwa anichitupa cheku Zambia. So I don't know how that works, that you got an ID from Zimbabwe and an ID from Zambia. So he does have it. He's got both IDs, so he's a citizen of Zambia. Mnangagwa has confirmed it himself. So I think we've covered that important bit. It's very important because there's a reason why Mnangagwa is talking about it. I think people have been raising it so many times, and he wanted to just clarify the situation with the Zambian citizenship. So if you go to today's newspapers, especially the Herald, that is the lead story. So Mnangagwa is given an interview. He has also explained his role in the liberation struggle. As you are aware, Mnangagwa mostly spent 10 years in jail. So he did not really do the normal or conventional fighting that you guys know. For example, Chiwenga was at the battlefront. Mnangagwa was in jail together with Mugabe, and he has explained how he spent time with Mugabe and how he got his law degree in jail. So remember I said Mnangagwa did not study law in Zambia. It did not make sense to me that he studied his law in Zambia. He has explained and clarified that he studied his law in jail. So go check out that interview. It's on ZPC. Very interesting interview. And also you understand a bit more about Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa is about to go. His term is coming to an end. So he's becoming more and more like a friendly grandfather than a president. So you're going to see him telling more and more stories as time goes on. Then let's look at Chiwenga. Chiwenga, General Chiwenga has called on the populace to lead humane lives of love and selflessness and desist from the growing spirit of primitive accumulation of wealth at the expense of others. Was speaking at the memorial service of his late sister, Miss Margaret Machekabuwe in Maroja on Saturday, who passed on in 2018, and described it as an epitome of selflessness and hard work, honest work. Hard, honest work, Mnangagwa. Then let's see the Zimbabwe Defense Forces celebrating 45 years anniversary. You can go check it out in Herald newspaper. So this is mostly a celebration of Heroes and Defense Forces Day. And then there's going to be a gala all set for the 2025 Heroin and Defense Forces music show scheduled for Kujeke Growth Point in Wedza, Mashonal in the East today. So there's something happening at the National Heroes Acre. At 9, they're going to be gathering. So I don't know if they're burying today, because remember, there's a national hero who's going to be buried. So I don't know if they're going to bury him today. So let's see what is going to happen today. All set for Heroes commemoration, with President Mnangagwa presiding over the main event at the National Heroes Acre in Harare, while Provincial Affairs and Devolution will preside over the proceedings of the provincial heroes. So I don't know if they're burying today. Remember, there is a national hero who is passed away, who has been declared. So let's see what happens today. I am not very clear, and I've not been following the news of the burial to see if he's going to be buried today. So let's check it out. That is at 9 o'clock today. This morning, you're going to see that burial taking place as Zimbabwe celebrates the soldiers and people who died. Many, many young Zimbabweans have died during the War of Liberation. Unfortunately, the War of Liberation has become almost a wasted effort, because Zimbabwe has gone on to become one of the most poorest and impoverished countries in the region due to mismanagement, and the heroes are dying in destitution. So most of the people who fought in the War of Liberation are dying in destitution with nothing, and the country itself is a laughingstock with over 4 million young Zimbabweans outside the country. And then let's go to some quick news, starting with H Metro newspaper. So H Metro newspaper has got a very funny story. You can go check it out. So a law clerk at Munangati And Associates, Adiel Shingai Mushore, is featured in the H Metro today after he pretended to be a member of the CIO or President's office and extorted $10 from a taxi owner. And the taxi owner gave him the $10. Then the next time he was called again and was told that the issue has been escalated to Mnangagwa and was supposed to give more money. So the taxi owner went to Adiel Shingai Mushore, who is at the center there. And when he went into the taxi owner locked him up in the taxi and drove to CID head office to ask if Adiel was indeed a member of the CIO. On arrival, when he opened the door, Adiel ran away, and the taxi owner gave chase and grabbed him by the neck and took him to CID, where they said he's not a member of CID. So go check it out in H Metro. A very brave taxi owner who can do that thing to take a CIO to his office. Imagine if he was a CIO, what was going to happen? It was going to be very dirty for him. And then let's quickly look at business. So in business, there is an organization called, so let me show you the organization. So it's called Export Credit Guarantee Corporation of Zimbabwe. This is owned by the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe, and they have produced their financial results. So Export Credit Guarantee Corporation of Zimbabwe is an insurance company for exporters, and they have declared a loss for the second time in a row, which is crazy. And then Dr. Thokozani Khupe has been seen together with Auxillia Mnangagwa. She has spoken at this gathering where Mnangagwa, Auxillia was giving what we call tests or screening tests. And Thokozani Khupe has revealed that her stage 4 cancer is back. So you can go and check it out. This is crazy. I thought that she had beaten the cancer, but she says her cancer is very difficult to treat and it's very expensive. So go check out Thokozani Khupe, Dr. Thokozani Khupe. Always a nice lady, but unfortunate that she never got the presidency. Maybe if she had gotten the presidency, things were going to be different. Guys, where we are right now, we should not have been here. 10 years of wasted ever since Morgan Tsvangirai has passed away. That was terrible. The passing away of Tsvangirai was such a loss for us young people of Zimbabwe. Then Beatrice Mtetwa has given an interview. You can go check it out on YouTube. Beatrice says she is not a human rights lawyer. She does not consider herself a human rights lawyer. So go check out the interview. Very interesting interview on YouTube. I think it's an exclusive interview to whoever was giving the interview. Then the family of the late hero, Kuretu, have also spoken ahead of the burial of their father, who was declared a national hero. So the family, if I'm not mistaken, is from Mufakose. So that the whole Mufakose is looking forward to having a national hero. And then ZPF youths are going to be holding their Congress. So ZPF youths are holding their Congress on the 14th. So the 14th is Thursday, and I believe Thursday and Friday. So in this gathering, they've resolved that Mnangagwa should go to 2030, but Mnangagwa is not going to go to 2030. He says he is tired, he can't do it, and it won't make sense to even try. The opposition to Mnangagwa is 2030 is so big. Mundarageza has done his job. So Mundarageza has stopped ED 2030. When books are written in future to say who stopped ED 2030, this man is going to feature Mundarageza has done it. The only 2030 you are going to see is 8:30 on the clock. So that is Mundarageza stopping ED 2030. But the youths, very funny youths, saying that Mnangagwa must go to 2030, but it will never happen. I can assure you, it will never happen. Mnangagwa will never see 2030. He is now on his last days in office. All that is left is to see who's going to replace him in ZANU-PF. Then let's quickly go into South Africa. In South Africa, there is a big story at the Reserve Bank, South Africa Reserve Bank, where the Reserve Bank governor of South Africa, Lesetja Hanyago, has backed off or backtracked on his 3% inflation target. So as I explained to you, South Africa is going through a crisis where no one is buying in the shops. So it's a drama, but it's not a funny drama. It's a bad drama. If you go to any South African shop right now, in any mall, so retail, is being hammered. No one is buying, no one can buy, because people are just getting paid to pay their loans. So the interests are so high in South Africa. So the interest rates at the banks, especially for retail, are so high. You're talking 20, 25, 30%. That is what the banks are charging. The Reserve Bank is doing what is called inflation targeting, where they are saying inflation must go lower. Inflation has already gone lower, but they don't understand why the economy is not kicking. So why is the economy not kicking when interest rates are low? The reason is simple. The banks are charging crazy rates, and no matter how much they try to reduce the rates, it doesn't help. So the South African Reserve Bank is afraid to go to the banks and tell them not to charge those crazy rates. That is why you see that there is this problem of trying to do inflation targeting. The bank wants to reduce the rates lower so that the rates can go lower, but it won't work because the banks have already increased their rates. They're lending at crazy rates. So the problem in South Africa is not the inflation target or the high interest rates at the official rate which the Reserve Bank is charging. The problem is the banks, through their actual banks and related financial institutions, non-bank financial institutions, are charging crazy rates, and the economy will never kick until they fix the rates. The interest rates in South Africa are crazy, especially for unsecured lending. That is a disaster. I don't know how they're going to fix it. It's a very bad. And then in another crazy story at the police, the chief of Tshwane Metro Police, Yolande Faro, is under investigation after she was given 450,000 rands cash at Sun City Casino by some unnamed wealthy individuals. So she's now under investigation. I see that she's not been suspended, but she was given cash during a meeting at Sun City. And this is with the spouses and some senior officials in the Metro Police Department of Tshwane. So this is a big story, and it's going to have massive ramification. She's also being accused of falsifying her qualifications when she was employed into this position. So this investigation is going to be very interesting because there is a massive number of investigations taking place across all the police services of South Africa. Very corrupt police service. Yeah, not only the national police, but also the Metro Police. Not only the ones on the street, but the ones in the office. They're also corrupt. This is crazy. Like, you see the guy on the street corrupt, you think, if you tell his boss, he's going to be in trouble. But the boss is worse. She got 450,000 cash. Guys, if you give me 450,000 cash, I retire today. You'll never see me again on YouTube. I'll be out like a light. So now let's look at the Zimbabwean, Jabulani Moyo. This guy is terrible. He killed 2 police. In fact, let me explain what happened. Jabulani Moyo was an awaiting trial prisoner. So he was taken to court, to Roodepoort Magistrates Court on the 8th. The 8th was Friday. So as they were returning to take him back to prison, there was an ambush, and some people actually jailbreaked him and took him. So the police have given a reward, or are giving a reward of 150,000 rands to anyone who can give information on this Zimbabwean man, Jabulani Moyo. He has killed 2 police together with his accomplices on Friday. So this is a bad story, and I do not know. These guys are armed and dangerous. So in the past year, 27 police have been shot dead in South Africa. Since April, 6 police have been shot dead in ambushes. So they're ambushed as they are driving. Someone waits and guns them down. So that is what has happened on Friday. Jabulani Moyo and people connected to him have gunned down 2 police. However, it has been revealed that he had no handcuffs on. So they had not handcuffed him when he was in the car. So it is a requirement that if you are transporting a dangerous criminal, you handcuff them probably onto the car. But in this particular case, he was not handcuffed according to preliminary investigations that have been carried out by the police. Okay, I think we've covered that. Let's go to the last story. For you guys who likes ladies of the night, I know that some of you do. You like ladies of the day and ladies of the night. So in South Africa, the South African government has agreed to decriminalize sex work. So on the 1st to the 2nd of September, there's going to be a hearing in Cape Town on the decriminalization of the sex work. And the people we are seeing here are actually from the Union of Sex Workers. So the South African sex workers have registered the union, and you will therefore be able to do what they do in Europe. If you go to places like Amsterdam and Switzerland, you can actually buy sex workers over the counter. So you can just walk to a place and do a transaction, and they'll pay tax on your transaction. So this is what is going to happen in South Africa. Sex workers, get ready to pay tax on your transaction. And this is amazing. I hope that this thing comes to Zimbabwe so that our people don't have to stand on the street, and they also get to run this like a business. Imagine if you've got a business like that. So that is how they're going to run it, like a business. Guys, this is crazy. The South African government is some of the most liberal laws I've ever seen. I like they approve of a lot of stuff, and some of it is like Sodoma. So is it Sodoma or Sodom and Gomorrah? So it's like Sodom and Gomorrah here in South Africa, the wild west of Africa. Then in business, Nombasa Tsengwa, Dr. Nombasa Tsengwa, is featuring prominently in business news today. So Dr. Nombasa Tsengwa was suspended in December from Exaro, where she was a CEO. The reason why she was suspended is because she was creating a toxic workplace at Exaro, according to people who reported it. And then she challenged the suspension in court, but was not successful. She then resigned with immediate effect, and that she believed that the outcome was premeditated. So this week she has given an interview in which she said, although a dismissal at Exaro was under those circumstances, she still believes that Exaro is a great place to work, and they gave her an opportunity to be CEO. So that is testimony that the company is not actually a bad company. So I think it all ends well. That ends well. Akaba pedzisai kuona munhu achitaura zvakadaro ambodzingwa akaba da munopedzisa mega. People love money. Money solves any problem that you have. Okay, so I want to now take you to a big story in the Herald, which I had not taken. So guys, I always say to you, the Herald newspaper, the Zimbabwe newspaper, actually the best newspapers in the region. They're not bad at all. I look at newspapers, like hundreds of newspapers a day. I'm not kidding you, like 200 newspapers a day. It's only Zimbabwe newspapers that you can read from cover to cover. The rest of the stuff, I can easily read one story in a big newspaper with 40 pages. It's possible for me to read one page, and then the rest of the stuff is adverts and all sorts of garbage. But in Zimbabwe newspaper, especially H Metro, they do very well. Koma wangu Charco, he does a good job. So let's look at this story in the Herald newspaper. I had left this story out. So Tongai Mnangagwa, for the first time, has done something which makes sense. So these guys you are watching, it's two UK-based Zimbabweans, Innocent Hananda and Chikerema Sakutukwa, met with the Mnangagwa Tongai after a 65-day journey from UK to Zimbabwe. So these guys have been driving, and so let's look. It's a grueling 65-day overland journey. So John gobbled over 30,000 pounds. And if they had done it by plane, it was going to cost 1,280 pounds. And it was if they had done it by a flight. So Innocent Hananda, originally from Gokwe, and his uncle, Chikerema Sakutukwa from Rewa, successfully completed the ambitious road trip from England to Zimbabwe, a feat that they planned for 3 years. So these guys, how many days they do this for? So let's see, 65 days, right? It took them on 21 countries. They drove through 21 countries. And I want to confirm the number of days that they took. I think 65 days is correct. You can go and check out this story in the Herald newspaper. Very interesting. I wonder how they sponsored this trip, because this is once in a lifetime trip. And this thing took, it was in a 1998 Toyota Land Cruiser. That is the car they were using. So let me show you the car that they were using. Toyotas are amazing. I drive a 1988 battered 1988 Toyota Etios. But these guys were using a Toyota Land Cruiser. So let me tell you a secret about Toyotas. And I'm not marketing. I'm just telling you. When I bought my Toyota, before that I had a Colt. I used to fix that car a lot. But it was a good car. It's a Japanese car. However, when I bought my Toyota, I have never, ever fixed that car. Like, ever since I bought it, the only thing I've done was to change the brakes. Like, this car is crazy. So now look at this guy's car. They were using these cars. Obviously, they've used two cars because one breaks and to carry all the stuff that they have to carry. So this is the car that they use. Two Zimbabweans doing that trip by land from UK to Zimbabwe. Vafunga kumusha. It's like walking from Masvingo to Bikita. Mnangagwa achawoka from Masvingo to Bikita. Tamudzinga mu State House. Usazondibata Mnangagwa kutamba hangu, kutamba nemuswe wasekuru. Okay, so they converted the vehicles to mobile homes, kitting them out with everything they could need for the long house. And the trip took 17,000 kilometers. So good job, guys. That is Innocent Hananda and Chikerema Suku. Okay, let me get that right. Sakutukwa. So when you get to South Africa, guys, pass by here and let's have an interview. Let's talk about your journey. Good job. And I see good. Hananda has lost weight from the trip. Yeah, right. Okay, we've covered that. Let's go to one newspaper and then we'll go to my people. So the newspaper I'm going to go to is the Chronicle newspaper of Zimbabwe. Chronicle Zimbabwe. So you see that in the morning, I don't talk politics. I talk news. Chronicle Zimbabwe is published. Chronicle Zimbabwe. Yes, let's go to the Chronicle newspaper of Zimbabwe and see what's there. Whatever happened to Jenfan? I can't see a picture of Jenfan in the newspaper. It's very rare. Jenfan likes to be in the newspaper. I wonder how he's not in the newspaper. Like, not a single picture today of Jenfan. It's crazy. Then you can see here, Minister Opam Chunguri commissions the Roodepoort Primary School Computer Laboratory in Gokwe. And do you guys know that I've never been to Gokwe? Like, I've been to every place, but never to Gokwe. I promised to go to Gokwe. And then let's look at the land investment scam that crossed the borders. Guys, I don't agree with this story. Situle Chuma is not a criminal. I can assure you, she's not a criminal. She was just unfortunate. So I've been trying to get hold of her. She is dealing with a lot of problems in Zimbabwe. If you open a group with Zimbabweans, you understand what I'm talking about. Zimbabweans are the worst people to do a project with as a group. Don't do it. If you want to live a good life, stop doing a project with Zimbabweans. Just sit with your little money wherever you are until you have enough money. They will give you so many problems. Mazimba. Anonetsa Singaiti. They go into contract they don't understand. And when they are in the contract, They want to take over. They don't want to understand that a land deal takes time. So a land deal takes time. So I will one day reveal to you what has happened in all the projects that we've been in. It's been such a terrible thing. You will never see me doing a land deal. I will sell you land in the future. I will never ever come into a deal with a Zimbabwean person again. Vaka broker. Zimbabweans aka broker. Vanonetsa. Hakuna munhu anonetsa semuZimbabwean, especially ari pa-UK. Munhu iye anonetsa zvisingaiti. And at the end of the day, everyone loses. That is the problem. Everyone loses. This girl, in the whole history of this country, there is no person who has ever done projects like her. So I want you guys to understand what has happened. She had one of the biggest employment projects for Bulawayo, but the people of Matabeleland have let her down very, very badly. So truly, I don't agree with this cocky thing that they're doing. The guys are pushing this young lady in a bad way. And she has done so much. No other person has ever raised so much money like this girl. But anyway, one day we'll be able to talk to her. She's under a lot of stress. And you know, when someone is under stress, what they do? They tend to lash out. And she's been lashing out at certain people a lot. Right, let's go to my people. My people, the people I love. I love certain people so much. And let's start with who? Let's start with Minnie. I haven't covered Minnie in a long, long time. What is Minnie up to? So Minnie rarely talks about soldiers. It's very rare to see her talking about soldiers. But today, she talked about soldiers. And she is saying, Zimbabwe soldiers rehearsal ahead of Heroes and Defense Forces Day. So let's see what the soldiers are doing. We need to remove the sound first. Where is the sound? Okay, they're jumping. Guys, I will never, ever do this. Like, even if you pay me, I will never jump out of an aeroplane when I can just sit there. And that guy is brave. He's got dreads. I don't know how a soldier is even allowed to have dreadlocks, but he is doing it. So go check it out on the pages. That is amazing. And let's go to other people. Let's go to Advocate Fadzi 2028, the lady that I like so much. I managed to work off 500 calories yesterday. Thank you, Tembelani, for convening a beautiful worship experience. So Tembalami, I was one of the first people to feature him when he was not known. I'll show you the video I took of Tembalami when he was starting, when he had no video on YouTube. Gambakwe was the first person to put Tembalami on video. God is great. And then let's look at Madam Boss. Let's see. I want to see picture. I don't want to see video because video's got sound. Only God can take us from something, from zero to hero, from Mungundu to Harare. Nobody to somebody. Never stop praying. Look at her. I'm not sure about her eyebrows though. I think it's too much. But she is over there. I don't know if she's still in the UK, but go check out Madam Boss. Let's see President Hakainde Hichilema, and then we end with President Lumaboko. This picture I've shown you yesterday, the prayer between President Hakainde Hichilema and his wife, Mutinda. So they're over here in Zambia, my second country. Zambia is my second home. And then at SADC, let's see more selling out. This man is selling out very badly. I know you. Chairman, SADC Executive Secretary is selling out like crazy. He's groveling to the new guys. Even the Zimbabwean Deputy Executive Secretary is also groveling. Everyone is fed up of groveling to Mnangagwa. Not a single Zimbabwean minister has gone here. They are so bitter that they are losing the SADC chairmanship. It's bad. They should be going here and handing over, but no, they're not handing over. It's bad, terrible. Hand over Mnangagwa. Give up power. Give up power right now. Mnangagwa. Akutamba hangu Mnangagwa. Akutamba nemuswe wasekuru. Akutamba nemuswe wasekuru. Okay. You suppose to start with my president, Fadzi. Yes. Advocate Fadzi, 2028. Let's do it. We are going to do so well. Our country is going to do so well. Guys, you are going to love it. After 1,000 days, M31 Zimbabwe will be the most popular political party. You want to be in it. And it will be hard to get in. So get in now when you still can. Idava Navako, Kudarika Zanu. Yes. Maka broker. Yes, let's do Aka broker. Mnangagwa, Aka broker. Auxillia, Aka broker. Sean, Aka broker. Kuda, Aka broker. Emerson Jr., Aka broker. Collins. Collins, no mumrega nas. Collins, ganina kuna Tongai. Tongai Aka broker. But Tongai Amboito was really sorrow. For the first time, Tongai Amboito was really sober. Anzana Bona Tongai is really sober. This is the first time Tongai has ever done anything that I think is sober. Twitter say, Nevano Vekuma Shingo. So today is a big day for our soldiers, and I wish them luck in all their activities. You need guys, I'm soldier. Imagine they dream soldier. This is General Gambakwe. General Gambakwe. Zimbabwe ichi pisa. Ndaenda pa State House. Ndakabata. Machine gun yangu. Nichingofamba hangu. Nisingayiti anything. All right. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. Let's look at more comments. Fadzi. The other Fadzaka program. King Vegas. No. I love Fadzi. She's amazing. She's going to do so well. She's a future. She's the future of our country. She is a jewel. Anona Kidza. Fadzi, the president, Asinakurwa Wondo, but Akarwa Wondo. Do you understand it? Let's look at Chamisa. Our story will be glorious. We will be giver and a donor country, not a bigger nation. We will change and rewrite the story of Zimbabwe. In no time, we will restore the glory of this great country. It's a delayed match. You'll be prayed to be Zimbabwean again. We will lead and they follow. That is Nelson Chamisa, the president of the opposition party. Not yet, but Achaita. Okay. Let's look at Chamisa's thing. You know, the Chamisa, what is that? Citizen. Okay, Chamisa News Channel. I want to show you guys how popular Chamisa is. So, look. So that's how popular Chamisa is. Like a bunch of people just running around. Shaka broker. Shaka broker. Guys, Shaka broker. Atidi tucha nevanu 100. Pasina zugitika. So as I said, from now onwards, we're not going to be encouraging people to just be popular. We want unity. We want a plan. We don't want someone who walks around showing us how popular they are. BT, Scala, Nube, Mafume, all you guys, Chamisa, we don't want your popularity. And in the popularity yenyu, kushikama batana, we don't want you to nyebera. Muchiti roesa de Zanu. Zanu will win because they've got a plan. They've got an organization. They've got structures. They work on elections. You're just running around. Muchena kunita popular. We don't want that anymore. And we're not going to support it. So just forget who they're going to get our support. And you may think, people are going to understand why we're in this situation. It's not just Mnangagwa. It's also you guys. My approach is so prehistoric. Monzora gets 1 or 2 votes. Chamisa gets 2 million votes. BT gets 50 votes. Scala gets 60 votes. Mnangagwa gets 3 million votes. So we need to make sure that this coming election, we win. We don't want to lose. And we need a plan. So we're going to make it happen. And it's going to be different. So this time is going to be different. We're going to call you to order. So Chamisa, where you are, you must know We're going to call you to order, and you're going to get into order. BT, we're going to call you to order. Scala, we're going to call you to order. Ngube, we're going to call you to order. And we're going to win. Our country is going to be great again. We're tired of your garbage. we were Aga Broker, Mandela. Atidi, it's really funny. Guys, this time around, we want an orderly, organized opposition. We don't want garbage. Right, I've talked enough. 40 minutes. I'm talking longer than Makandiwa. So I think I'll see you later on. Let me take a break. I'm going to go and do my workout. And remember, our sponsor, Mve. So Mve is amazing. Do not be without Mve. It's very good for all the stuff that is on the screen. Buy your packet. If you're in the UK, you get one packet if you buy another. So that is a special. If you're in South Africa, if you buy one packet, we'll give you 2 detox, Zambia detox, so that usimbe, usatongwe nema salad. So atidi wanotongwa nema salad. Kunoku mu South Africa, akune mabebe ano pisa. Plus they're going to be decriminalizing. Decriminalizing, amana. Pakaipa, uka decriminalizer. Zichanetsa. So I'll see, avoid decriminalize one. Chamisa is people in most popular but no planet or very sad. Chamisa, okay, I love Chamisa, so I don't want to keep on bashing him, okay? Because the reason why I'm saying these things is not to just bash Chamisa, it's to make sure that we get things to work. So understand that I'm not just bashing Chamisa because I like it, although it's kind of interesting. But let's not be losing to winning to lose. You understand? Like you get 51%. That's not winning. We want 75%. That is what winning is all about. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'll see you again very, very soon with more updates, especially on the story of former President Edgar Lungu. Remember, the court has moved to the Supreme Court of Appeal. So we need to now go there to get the papers, not at the High Court. It has moved. If they appeal, so I haven't seen the appeal. Once I see the appeal, I'll let you go. I'll let you guys know. Thank you very much for watching, and a good day